This is the biggest lie about marketing that nobody talks about. And watch this video until the end because I'm going to tell you exactly the mistake that a lot of contractors make when hiring an agency and using their particular payment plan that is actually a really big scam. And that is pay per lead or pay per appointment jobs. All right. When you are finding a marketing agency for your business, doing pay per lead is the biggest mistake that you can make, right? First of all, when you do pay per lead, the agency has zero incentive of actually getting you the results. They just care about getting the money off the lead. So it doesn't matter how good the lead is, you still have to pay for it. So if it's grandma that just accidentally clicked a bunch of buttons and doesn't know what she filled out, guess what? You still have to pay for grandma. All right. If it's some random person that just clicks some stupid buttons or somebody put in a fake phone number, you still have to pay for that lead. Okay. And so what ends up happening is you have this, all right, well, maybe the next lead will be good. Maybe the next lead will be good. Or you sign up with this contract for 6 months. And guess what? You're getting a bunch of crappy leads and you're not getting any results. And the agency has no incentive to change or update the ad campaign to improve those results, right? When you're working with a pay-per-lead company, they don't need to improve the results because it doesn't matter what happens to you, all right? It just doesn't. Like if you get a bunch of leads, think about real thought, like think about how you would do this if you were running the company. If the client came to you and said, hey, the leads aren't that good, wouldn't you just say, I'll just wait, like the next lead will be better? Like really think about it. I don't give a shit if the lead's good or not. I'm getting paid $50, $60 every single time this lead comes in. I'm making $125 a day. I don't care. All right. Really think about that. Like, would you care? I wouldn't care. These pay-per-lead companies are scams. All right. The other thing too, that's a really big problem here is you are potentially sharing leads with your competition, right? If I wanted to make a marketing agency that made me the richest agency in the entire world, this is exactly what I would do. I would run an ad campaign in an area and then make every single person pay for the lead that came in, right? I would go and say, hey, I can get you leads. All right, say I'm running this campaign and again, I don't need a quality lead because it doesn't matter. So obviously the lead's going to be cheaper for me, right? I can get $15 leads. I can get $15 remodeling leads all day. If I get a $15 remodeling lead and then I sell that same lead to, let's say, 5 people for $50 a piece, I'm making $235 per lead. If I do that 5 times a day, that's a little bit over $1,000 a day that I'd be making, which means over a month, I'd be making 30 grand a month from 5 stupid contractors. That's an easy way to become the richest agency owner in the world. I personally don't do this because I don't believe in that. My goal is to help my clients out. I like when my clients come to me and say, hey, I was able to pay off my house. Hey, I was able to hire new employees. Hey, I was able to get a truck. When an agency is just selling same leads to everyone else, they don't give a fuck about you. It doesn't matter. The next thing that makes this a problem here is the actual lead quality. Again, my goal as the agency would be to get you the cheapest quality lead or the cheapest cost per lead because then I make the most money in return. So the lead quality is going to suffer because it's cheaper for me. The more hoops you make someone jump through before buying your service, the more qualified that person is. All right. And so if you don't know their timeline, if they're located in your area, if their phone number is not verified, if you don't know the scope of the project, if you don't know their budget, that's not a qualified lead. That's just a phone number. But I can get you phone numbers all day. An agency that does a pay per lead, they can get you phone numbers all day. So you're getting a bunch of phone numbers. And because, again, there's no incentive. As long as the cost per lead's low, they're making more money. And you're not actually closing anybody. So this lead quality suffers because the incentive is for the agency to have worse quality leads so they make more money. It's another reason it's a scam. Another reason is it is not in-house. So it's not your marketing program, right? So if you buy leads from these people and it's working out and everything's fine, because sometimes they do work. All right. But I'm telling you, most of the times they don't. Sometimes you might get some good projects. You could buy 10 leads from them and get a project and be like, okay, this is actually really, really good. I'm going to keep doing this. Well, guess what? You keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And maybe you get a couple jobs here and there, but guess what happens? One day the company shuts down. One day you decide, fuck it, I'm not going to buy from these people anymore. One day they say, you know what? We're going to terminate your contract because we don't want to work with you. Guess what happens? You lose all of your marketing. You're back to ground zero, looking around for clients to work with. That's a problem. That's a big problem, especially if you've scaled a company off of this, or say you were already scaling off of word of mouth and referrals, and then all of a sudden it dies really quick. So you hop to a pay-per-lead model, and then all of a sudden you get, 2 or 3 projects. You got your crews fed and busy for, 2 to 3 months. And then all of a sudden, bam, no more projects. Guess what? All those people you hired now have to go get a new job. So not only have you lost your marketing, but now you're fucking up the business. You got to sell some stuff. Now you're panicking as a business owner. There's no worse feeling than knowing that you have to pay your employees by the end of the week, and you don't even know if you have enough money. There's no worse feeling than that. I've been there before. That's what happens when you lose your marketing, all right? Marketing should be an asset for your business, all right? It's not something that you buy from somebody else. It's an asset for your business that continues to make you money, all right? The goal is to brand yourself as the best possible option in your area. You can't do that when you're working with a marketing agency that's selling the same leads to everybody else and they have their own personal branding, all right? Everybody thinks you're Contractors USA, or everybody thinks you're Remodeling of Tennessee. You're not. You're your company, whatever your business name is. That's what the people should be seeing. It's very, very important that you have the marketing in your house. This is why you should work with an agency that is bringing the marketing to you into your business. It's your asset, so that if something happens to the marketing agency, or if you decide you want to stop working with the agency, you still have all the data, you still have all the leads, you still have everything inside of your business. Here's another thing too. Again, to keep the cost down, pay per lead is usually lower cost per lead, which means the lead doesn't necessarily give you that much information. They're not that qualified. You might be thinking, you got promised the world. Oh, I'm going to get a $50,000 bathroom remodel. I'm going to get a big kitchen remodel. I'm going to get, I'm going to be taking out tubs and installing showers. Somebody wants you to come fix a pipe. Somebody wants you to come fix their door. Somebody wants you to fix the little bar inside their shower. You get handyman work. I've seen this happen time and time again. I have this conversation every single day. Pay-per-lead people. I've actually had, I can tell you, I don't have a story specifically that I can think of because it happens so often. I've had guys say, I would rather work with a pay-per-lead company because I don't have to pay anything up front and whatever, yada, yada, yada. Go off, decide to work with the pay-per-lead company, and then come back 3 months later and say, I just wasted a lot of money and I'm ready to do something serious. If you're going to do your marketing, you have to jump all the way in. You have to dive in to marketing. You can't just half-ass it. It's the biggest thing I tell people. Do not half-ass your marketing. If you're going to do it, do it. Spend the money required. If you're running ads and you're not getting any results from your ads, it's probably because you're not spending enough. That could be part of it. There's a lot of other things as well, right? But usually, some agencies will say, oh yeah, you can spend $30, $40 a day and it's completely fine. No, it's not. Not if you're trying to install a $40,000 bathroom project. Not if you need to keep your crews fed. Not if you actually want to scale the business. Because guess what? The only people that you're going to potentially get are people looking for a discount for a $9,000 job that they don't even know the criteria of. They think they might be able to get a shower replaced for $1,000. You don't want to work with that guy. You need to have marketing be an asset for your business. All right? This is why doing pay per lead is not a good idea. When you do pay per lead, when you do pay per appointment, you are letting someone else hold the reins. You should have nothing inside of your business that other people are completely in control of. You need to have access and ownership of all of your marketing. All right? This is like if you had a bunch of contractors that didn't work for you. And I know subcontracting is a little bit different, but you have a bunch of contractors that didn't work for you at all. And you were just hiring these contractors from an agency whenever you need to work. Guess what? When that agency shuts down, guess what happens? You lose all your people. No bueno. Have your marketing in-house. If you're looking to bring your marketing in-house, if you want to build an actual real marketing program instead of trying to pay per lead or pay for booked appointments, and you want to get serious results, click the link in the description, book a time with me, and we can have a conversation about how I've done this for all my other clients and how I would do the exact same for you. And if you're not ready for my paid program and you just want to do something for free, you can check out the other videos on my channel that go over in depth how you can get better marketing for your business and actually grow and scale properly. If you like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.